2, 1, 2.
Here's a fucking weekly recap!
Yes! I was acting all nonchalant, but I want you to know that I'm very intense this morning. Nope. Fuel in my body. Okay. Last week was week 7. This week is week 8. This has been Fantasy Football with Ryan Brady. Thank you very much. Let's go over the game from last week. You talking about Ditka, 94 versus the Crunktown Stompwants, 135.5. Crunktown comes out with a win. Squeakers versus the Funny Beats. Squeakers, the in-home rivalry. Squeakers win 131-104. That must be weird in the bedroom. McCarthy on your face, 71 versus Team Big Pebbles, 83. Elliott coming out with the win, going to 6-1. Chainsaw Panda, 66 versus the Bengals, 2-5. Bengals come out with the win, 104 v 66. We will talk about that more in a segment. We'll talk about that more later. And the Rivermanor Swamp Dogs 113 v the Shut Up Dillons 96. Next week, Crunktown Stompwomps take on the Rivermanor Swamp Dogs 3-4 v 5-2. The Shut Up Dillons versus the Squeakers. Bengals versus McCarthy on your face. Funny Beats versus the Chainsaw Pandas. And the Team Big Pebbles face off against Jen Rabs. Okay, so let's go over two things. I want to go over the projected playoff matchups, and I want to go over the true rankings again, because I really did enjoy true rankings last week, and I feel like a lot of people got a lot of good blah, 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 positive words, keywords, blah, articulate. The projected playoff matchups currently stand. Elliott at number 1, getting a bye in the first round, who would face number 5 Funny Beats, whoever won between number 5 Funny Beats and number 4 and Football Abbey, the Squeakers, would go up against the Rivermanor Swamp Dogs, and they would face the winner of the bye week versus Dylan, whom right now I'm not sure who would win there. That was harsh. Low blow. Whatever, he's not watching this. In 8th, the Crunktown Stamp Ramps, McCarthy on your face is at 7, Shut Up Dylan is at 10, and the Bengals are at 9. And here are the actual, what I'd call actual rankings based on points for, and that is it. Currently, it would be G Babies at number 1, JR at number 2, Mike at number 3, Football Abbey number 4, Dylan, Danielle, Kate, me, Mark, and our first place guy, Elliott, E-Bomb, the steeziest of Neesies, would be in last place. First place would be in last place. That's still insane. And now we go to a special this week segment called Dylan's Crash and Burn. Ding! Percy Harvin got traded, but Dylan couldn't find out about that because he had no Wi-Fi. And then he left, I think, a kicker in who was on a bye week as well. Just a whole lot of things that Asia is bringing down upon him. Our once valiant leader, now 5-2, and I'd say flailing, going up against a strong 2 win in a row, right? Am I right? Is the thing I'm saying correct? Yes. Going up a very strong 2 win in a row, Bengals. Danielle coming back with a vengeance and coming back with blood. She wants blood, but like football blood, I assume. I haven't talked to her this week and asked her if she wants football blood, but because she's going hard these days in the football realm, I'd assume she wants football blood, and she's coming for yours, Dylan Crash and Burn. This has been Dylan's Crash and Burn, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. It's not really brought to you by Geico. That would be sweet, though. Coming back over here. High tech, center in my face. Ding! Mark!
So I can hear everything he says through the wall. So I already know he covered, Dylan's plane crash, which I think is really neat. It made me think of Howard Hughes in The Aviator. Well, by that, I guess I mean Leo. Both of you crashed pretty hard. And both of your faces probably looked about the same. Leo's looked like Dylan's after a rugby game. Yeah.
Who are you facing this week?
Abby? Oh, I guess I would be worried. 1, if I cared a little bit more. And 2, if I didn't know she wasn't going to beat me like she beats her husband.
Fantasy football?
Yeah.
Oh. Roll out. Later, hater. And real quick, before I get on out of here, I didn't do a whole thing on the waiver wire because only one person did the waiver wire this morning, and it was me. It was me, and I did 3 things because I do too much and I think too much and I overanalyze all of this, and then you probably lose anyway. But I'm the only one who did waiver wire things, so that's why I didn't bring it up. So, that's how that goes. The standings right now are incredibly interesting because Team Big Pabs is at 6-1, and the Chainsaw Pandas and the River Runner Swamp Dogs are at 5-2. Those 3 teams are the only ones who can stand to lose a few, and not 5-2 and 5-2 cannot stand to lose more than 2 or 3 games right now and still be in the playoff contention. Team Big Pabs can probably lose about 3 and still be fine. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams who are currently at 3 and 4. And 3 of those teams are going to get into the playoffs. And you have to also take into account, though, that Danielle has won 2 games in a row and is now 2-5 and is coming back on a blazing trail of glory. So you do also have to take that into account. Also, Mark's there somewhere. That makes this week very, very important. And it makes the next few weeks incredibly important to not only come out on top of these games, but to score a lot of points, because this is going to come down to points for. At the end of the year, when people have the same win and loss record, the way that we pick whoever wins that series is a few ways. The first way is if you got beat by that person who has that same win and loss record twice during the year, you don't get it. So like during the year, if I lost twice to whoever, and at the end of the year we are both 6-6, but they beat me twice, they would get the spot over me. But if we split the matches, so I won 1 and they won 1, then it would go to points for. Whoever has more points in that instance is the winner, and that is the person going to the playoffs. So blah 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 blah. So it is very important this week to do a few things. Number 1, win. Number 2, win handedly. And number 3, don't get caught up in the Bengal's decimation that is currently happening, because it is a tidal wave that is currently rocking the league, I'd say. And the next person to get rocked is Kate/Chris. Kate/Chris, you guys have no chance. You're at 3 and 4, but you're in the wake of a storm, baby. Danielle Storm. She's coming for you. It's going to be great. Also, I don't know how I haven't done this yet, but as my last thing for this video, I know you're sad that it's the last thing. You'd rather watch me for the next hour, maybe even 2. But it will be the last thing. I'm going to pick the games. I haven't picked the games, who I think is actually going to win in this scenario, because I haven't thought of it till now, because I'm bad at this. But I am going to pick the games this week, just to see how close I can get to it being right. McCarthy on your face versus the Bengals. I picked Danielle. I can't go against her right now. She's on a 2-win streak, and she's just eating away at the league, and I believe in her. Shut Up Dylan versus the Squeakers. I have the Squeakers winning this game just because Mark has sort of given up. Team Big Pebbles versus you talking about Ditka. I believe the hubris is coming back to haunt Elliot. I have JR in this match. Funny Beats versus the Chainsaw Pandas. I have Mike Funny Beats winning this match because Dylan currently has 8 players playing and probably no Wi-Fi. But maybe he'll come and get Wi-Fi this week and kill it. Who knows? And the Crunktown Stomp Bombs versus the Rare. I have the Crunktown Stomp Bombs winning because I cannot pick against myself because that's just sacrilegious. I can't do it. It's sacrilegious. It's just like another way to say sacrilegious, and it doesn't have anything to do with this conversation. I pick Crunktown Stomp Bombs, against the River Manor Swamp Dogs because I have faith, sort of, in my team. Do I sound skeptical? I'm not. I am a little bit. I pick me, and that is week 8, guys. As I said before, a whole lot of stuff happening, storylines out the butt, and we are moving into the real meat. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more weeks. We have 6 more weeks until the playoffs start. That means 6 more games to hopefully not embarrass yourselves. Danielle's coming for you. And she's coming hard. That was just creepy. I apologize for that. That was just creepy. Week 8! Everything is great. Week 8, Everything is great. Look at me. Rhyming. Look at my new poster.